Thanks for watching Alive TV. This is the Pulse for Friday, February 2nd. If you like playing with high-tech toys and electronic gadgets, make sure you pick up this week's Alive. It's our Gadget-tacular. Alive's G-Spot columnist Phil the Gadget Guy went to the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas to get a sneak peek at this year's hottest new products. He's got a preview of some of the highlights, including a singing, talking, robotic Elvis. The king lives on as a disembodied rubber head. One of the big show stealers at the Consumer Electronics Show was HD TV. Everyone's getting into the LCD, plasma, DLP, but what to watch on those giant screens? Chris DeVille has some ideas. Here he is now with Alive TV's Couch Potato Corner.
Thanks, Brian. The first thing I'd like to discuss this week is the battle that's being raged between fantasy and action fans on Monday nights at the 9 o'clock time slot between 24 and Heroes. Both of them are great serialized dramas, keep you coming back for more week to week, but they're going up against each other, and for those of us living without DVR, you have to make a choice from week to week. Luckily, NBC has been screening Heroes on NBC.com, so I don't have to make that choice, but you know, it's could have been a big problem, and it's partially because the shows are doing so well. Both of the episodes from this week have drawn criticism for being too much of a placeholder, but I don't feel that way at all. I feel like the internet critics and the message board people just don't have any patience. They don't understand that it takes time to build up these characters, to build up plot developments. It can't just be explosion after explosion, week after week. So I find that, you know, with the characters of Hero and Ando being captured and meeting Hero's father, same with Claire the cheerleader trying to find her father and mother, the whole parental themed episode of Heroes, there wasn't much action to be had, but it really pushed the story along, helped develop who these characters are. The same kind of stuff is going on in 24 right now, and in a season that I wasn't completely into, this character development episode actually kind of got me into it. So the lack of explosions is not always a bad thing. However, Fox's other show that I watched, The OC, has not been doing nearly as well. I had praised the show both on my blog and in the paper for having a creative renaissance at the beginning of this season, which we recently found out would be shortened to 16 episodes and ended with the cancellation of the series. However, in the most recent episodes, the show has really gone back to the ridiculous, over-the-top plot lines of Season 3, and it's really been quite disappointing to watch them waste screen time on peripheral characters, outrageous plot lines like trying to save this Puxatawny Phil-like groundhog from captivity. It's been kind of a joke, so boo to the OC for making me have to eat my words. The last thing I'd like to talk about is ESPN's The Sports Reporters. It's a long-running program on Sunday mornings where 4 sports writers get together and talk about the news of the week. It was hosted for a long time by the venerable reporter Dick Schaap, but he passed away a few years ago, and I hadn't seen the show since. I've seen it a couple times in the last month or so. One time, Schaap's son Jeremy was hosting it, and he did a pretty good job, but I think of him more as a field reporter. So I was pleased to find out that the regular host of the show is John Saunders, who does such a good job on the college football telecasts on ABC and on basketball games. I really think he's in his element, though, on the Sports Reporters. He's been a great heir to Dick Schaap. He just has that host quality where he oozes the charisma, the calm, and just kind of everything that you want in a host. So kudos to ESPN for giving Saunders that opportunity a few years ago, and it's good to see that he's really settled into that role well. That's all from me, so back to you, Brian.
Thanks, Chris. Hey, it's the beginning of February and love is in the air. Next week's Alive is our special dating issue. Make sure you pick it up for all sorts of romantic advice. That's it for now. We'll see you back here next week, and in the meantime, you can click to columbusalive.com for daily updates.